What is up, everyone? My name is Jack Saffel, back again with another video. I hope you guys are enjoying your Easter weekend, and today I'm here to be talking about this week's Superstar Shake-Up that took place. We had some guys go to Raw, had some guys go to SmackDown, and we were talking about all of the people that got traded. But beforehand, I would do a Raw and SmackDown review, but honestly, these were the big two things that I cared about, pretty much. But you did get your cool moments overall with Raw and SmackDown. Of course, the amazing moment of Raw when Braun Strowman picked up the ambulance with Roman Reigns inside of it, and he beat the absolute life out of him. Not only did he flip the ambulance, but he was on, Roman was on a stretcher and Braun, pushed him off. If you haven't seen it, it's on YouTube. It's pretty much the greatest thing ever. Roman Reigns getting beat up by Braun Strowman, you can't really complain with that. So, I'm going to be talking about the people that got drafted to Raw and SmackDown, but we'll start off with Raw first. And the first person was Apollo Crews. He wasn't doing that much on SmackDown, so I feel like Raw's not much is going to change. I could see him maybe show up every once in a while. I do want to see him kind of get pushed to a mid-card division or pushed up there soon, because he's a very talented person, but I don't think the WWE has pulled the trigger on him yet. He's just kind of there at the moment, so I'm hoping that Apollo Crews can do well on Raw, but if I have to predict what's going to happen to him now on Raw, I don't think much is going to change, or his stock is going to get a lot lower. Moving on to the next person that got drafted to Raw, the Miz and Maryse. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit concerned with this. Reason being, they did so well on SmackDown. Miz did some of the best work of his entire career, if not the best work of his entire career on SmackDown, especially with the whole Talking Smack show with Daniel Bryan and cutting those unbelievably passionate promos. He kind of made Talking Smack into a must-see show to watch after SmackDown. But now that he's moved to Raw, I think it's because, WWE has kind of saw that and be like, we better bring him to Raw, we better bring him to the quote-unquote A show. So yeah, I'm a little bit concerned for them. Hopefully they don't go, the Miz doesn't go back to what he used to be 5-6 years ago, where he was just shit, pretty much. Yeah, he was just straight up shit. So yeah, I hope Miz does very well on Raw, but I won't be shocked if they drop the ball with him, as they usually do with him, unfortunately. The other big person that got drafted to Raw was Dean Ambrose, the Intercontinental Champion. So, as it appears, spoiler alert, the titles got switched over to each brand. I actually kind of like that the IC titles on Raw kind of fits the brand. Personally, I'd like to see the US title on SmackDown. Kind of reminds me of the old draft, so I kind of like that. I'm like, yeah, whatever. And as for Ambrose on Raw, I reckon he'll be fine. I reckon he'll do okay there. I want him to get a shot at the Universal title in the future. I know Brock's got it at the moment, and I'm still not sure what they're doing with him. I've heard he might have a match with Finn Balor in the future, because, Finn never lost the Universal title and all that, so it kind of makes sense. But, however, Finn is currently interviewed with another person who got drafted over, which I'll talk about later on. But, yeah, Ambrose coming to Raw, cool with me. Hope he can do some good things on the show. We also had Curt Hawkins. Great. Raw gets a jobber. That's fantastic. And the other person I was talking about with Finn Balor, he's going to feud with soon, is Bray Wyatt, which I was like, that's odd, because Eric Rowan just returned on SmackDown to join Bray, and now they're breaking it up again? That makes no sense to me. It seems like anytime the Wyatt split up, they don't really lose their character. Is Eric Rowan going to change his persona when Bray goes to Raw, kind of like Braun did? Because Braun's really been the only person, as of right now, who has left the Wyatt family and is able to hold his own. Rowan, I don't see him, now that he's no longer with Bray. What are they going to do with Eric Rowan, man? It's not like they're going to put him in a world title match or anything. So I'm not sure what that says about Rowan. But for Bray Wyatt, when you compare him with like the other people that are on there now, like Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Chris Jericho, well, he's not going to be around soon, so I think they could fit Bray Wyatt in there somewhere. I'm holding for the best, and definitely for maybe a big main event feud in the future. Could definitely help Bray out on Raw, but yeah, if they are going to go with the Bray Wyatt Finn Balor feud, that should be pretty friggin' cool, in my opinion. So yeah, after he's done his program with Randy Orton, because they've moved the House of Horrors match onto the Payback show, which is a bit odd. I guess now that Bray's a Raw competitor, they can kind of get away with it. So yeah, Bray Wyatt going to Raw. I hope they use you well, but you can't trust anything when it comes to Raw. Some other quick one, we had Kalisto, the man who does good lucha things, over to Raw. You know, fine by me. I hope he does well. You know, now that he's on Raw, you could kind of put him in the Cruiserweight division. I think he could fit that perfectly and be a great addition to that. We had Heath, Slater, and Rhino. Yeah, I feel like they kind of Raw needs like a jobber team. They have the fucking Hardy Boys in the Revival. I don't think Heath, Slater, and Rhino are going to destroy their division. We had 2 women get drafted. We had Alexa Bliss and Mickie James, which is cool by me. Alexa Bliss on Raw, I think she'll do great. She did great on SmackDown when she got called up, and she really established herself there. Now that she's on Raw, I hope her stock doesn't drop a little bit. I hope it gets a lot better. But you can put her in a lot of great feuds. I can see her and Bayley having a great feud in the future. Sasha and them can have a great program together. You know, Alexa can do a lot of great things. You know, she's she's great at being a heel and all that kind of stuff. So Alexa coming to Raw is very good. As for Mickie James, she's a veteran. I can kind of see her on Raw just fine. She can add some more spice to the women's division there, and yeah, really cool to have Mickie James back on Raw. We also found out that David Otunga and Byron Saxton are going to be switching brands. So Byron's on SmackDown, Otunga's on Raw. Not that I'm thrilled about it. They're the 2 worst commentators in the company, so yeah, that's exciting. That was all the drafts from Raw. Moving on to the SmackDown drafts now. We had Jinder Mahal announced on before SmackDown Live, which is great, fantastic. Yeah, you know, that was who I was hoping that Jinder Mahal would go to SmackDown. I was like, oh man, Jinder, he's my boy. You know, he's got that roided look, man. He needs to go to SmackDown, and now he did. Give him a world title run. Let him destroy SmackDown. Let him be the face of the company. Don't hinder Jinder, mate. But the 2 big trades to SmackDown was Kevin Owens, who we kind of expected because Ambrose got drafted to Raw. Now he's on SmackDown, so it kind of made sense. And Sami Zayn, and you should have seen Kevin Owens' face when he came out. He's like, ugh, come on. And when he's like, will this guy ever leave me alone? And yeah, Owens and Zayn, I'm very happy to see Zayn on SmackDown. I think he could be fantastic on that show. Just Sami Zayn, who I'd been saying, bring him on SmackDown, he'll be great, and I think he's going to be a big star for SmackDown, and who knows, he could be in a world title picture very soon, which is awesome for him, and definitely because Sami Zayn, he deserves it. I hope these next 12 months will be the year that Sami Zayn finally establishes himself on WWE and is able to get super over with the crowd. Well, the crowd already love him, but like, get to Daniel Bryan 2013 levels over. So yeah, I hope this year will be the year for Zayn that he just, he smashes through that glass ceiling and is able to, take over the company and the SmackDown brand. So that would be awesome to see. We had a tag team call up to SmackDown. Well, we had a tag team trade and we got the men, the myths, the legends, the shining stars. Yay! You showed up in jeans. Fucking good for you guys. I can see potential for them on SmackDown, but the tag division on SmackDown is probably the weakest bit of the show, so sweet. We had 2 women on SmackDown now. We had Tamina, Shane McMahon kind of trolled us because they'll be like, she is a second-generation wrestler, her father is a legend, Tamina Snuka, and which I thought was cool by me. Tamina, we hadn't seen her in a while, so maybe this is a chance, to able to get some of the momentum she had back when she was in Team Bad, which, looking back now, she didn't really have that much momentum in Team Bad. That was a pretty shit team, remember that. But moving on, we also had Charlotte Flair, which is what everyone was expecting, onto SmackDown. I think she dominated the Raw brand, so I don't see why she couldn't dominate SmackDown as well. I wouldn't say put her in a feud with Becky Lynch and just have them flip-flop the championship all the time. Either give her a decent run or just put her in some title matches. Anything like that will be fine with me. And of course, Kalisto got drafted to Raw, so Sin Cara got drafted to SmackDown because we need one luchador on each brand, I guess. We had Rusev on SmackDown. He's out of action because of a shoulder injury. So yeah, seeing Rusev on SmackDown, I think he'll be great. I hope he does a very, very good job. This could be the thing for him that he could go to the main event picture, because Rusev, in my opinion, I think is a very underrated talent. He can be very funny sometimes, and he's a pretty decent wrestler as well. So, yeah, Rusev on SmackDown, I think he'll be great on there. And then Lana, who I don't think she's going to be associated with Rusev anymore. That's different, I suppose. She's going to have this sexy dancer gimmick, which she kind of worked on NXT. So Lana is going to be a proper wrestler now, which I'm not exactly sure how I feel. Well, I saw her at WrestleMania 32 in the pre-show, and she wasn't the worst thing ever. She wasn't like Eva Marie levels bad or anything, but I hope Lana can do very well, because she was great as Rusev's manager, and because I remember the last time they pulled her out with Rusev, with the whole Ziggler debacle and all that, and it showed them, marrying in real life, so they had no choice but to can it. So the other last big trade to SmackDown was the New Day. Great choice, in my opinion. New Day have kind of been directionless on Raw, and I feel like if they go to SmackDown, they have a better chance of being used properly, because New Day are one of the hottest teams in wrestling, and I feel like SmackDown will be a great place for them. Maybe put some life into that tag team division, because now that we have American Alpha, the Usos, and the New Day, that's definitely what SmackDown's tag division needs. So yeah, super happy that they're there on SmackDown. I hope they do great things on there. And yeah, this is my Superstar Shake-Up thoughts about the people who got drafted where. Hope you have enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like. Comment down below what you thought of these Superstar Shake-Up and who got drafted to Raw and SmackDown. And also tell me, who would you have liked to have seen gone to Raw and SmackDown? I would like to hear about that. That'd be interesting. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at JackMayLaw31. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm out in 3, 2, 1.